8 financial goals you must achieve before 30. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Munif, a self-made multimillionaire, and I'm here to help you achieve your financial goal. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for more content like this. Did you know that more than half of the millennials out there plan to retire at 59? But to achieve this goal, you have to achieve certain financial milestones before you reach 30. You might be wondering why 30? Well, if you plan to retire at 59 and are 30 or younger right now, then you're halfway through your target age. And if you still haven't achieved some financial milestones at this point, you need to say goodbye to the idea of retiring at 59. So today I will share with you the financial goals you must achieve before the age of 30 to see how far and how close you are to your retirement goal. Number 1, you should no longer be dependent on your parent or parents. If you are able and working, it should be no longer an issue to go independent and not rely on your parents. The average that millennials earn today is about $49,920 a year, and I think that would be more than enough to be independent unless you're living in some very pricey cities. The only acceptable reason you should live with your parents at this point is so that you can pay off your student loans and save up money to actually move out and buy. The only reason why you should still live with your parents at this point is that if you're trying to still pay off your student loans and or save money to be able to buy your own place, or you are caring for sick parents or grandparents or what have you. This is because when you live with your parents, you can save anywhere from $1,200 to $3,000 on rent alone, and more than a few $100 on food. So if you're saving, let's say $1,200 and $300 a month on food, that's $22,800, which is 45.67% of your total annual income at the numbers that I gave you previously. This means that you're living 45.67% way above your means. Living with your parents and being dependent on them, you adopt a lifestyle that's not suited to your current income if you are self-sufficient. Number 2 is that you have already established an emergency fund. Whenever people think about financial freedom and financial literacy, having an emergency fund is always mentioned. Your emergency fund will buffer savings whenever something unexpected happens, and it's like your own personal insurance. It'll give you a peace of mind that you have easily accessible money set aside for an emergency like unexpected hospital bills, unexpected home or car repairs. I suggest you keep around 3 to 5 months of your monthly expenses if you're single. And if you are a high income earner, a business person, or have a family, I suggest keeping up to 6 to 12 months of your monthly expenses. And remember, put it somewhere where it's easily accessible, like NFTs or stocks or bonds. Number 3 is that you should automate your finances. Despite many financial advisors saying that budget is important, and it is, a survey shows that 73% of Americans said they don't follow a budget. Sticking to a budget can be challenging for many of us, as it is usually associated with self-control and restriction. And for some reason, the more you restrict yourself, the more tempting it becomes not to stick to a budget. And I know many of you are guilty of this. That's why the budget doesn't work for so many people. What you can do to solve this problem is automate your finances. First, you should understand your monthly net income and your average monthly expenses, and whatever is left over should automatically go to wherever you need it to go, like a travel fund, emergency fund, a house fund, a car fund, an investment fund, whatever you want it to. By doing this, you can see if you have money to buy a car that you want and you still don't have enough money in your car fund, you can either delay your purchase or adjust how much money is going to that particular fund. By automating your finances to different accounts, you can instantly know what you can and cannot afford. It will save you a whole lot of trouble from impulse spending and impulse buying, and save you from debt later on. You cannot always get what you want right now. You might have to, God forbid, defer it to a later time. Number 4 is pay off your credit card and consumer debt. When you reach the age of 30, you should have already paid off your credit card debt unless you want to have that debt until you retire. There are 2 acceptable reasons why you should still have credit card debt at 30. First is you went to college and used your credit card for books and other living expenses. And second is that you are not earning enough. Thus, you're living paycheck to paycheck and using a credit card to compensate for the things you need. That's when it's okay to think about moving back in with your parents. These 2 are understandable. That means you also need to cut your living expenses down. But if you have credit card debt in your 30s, just because you are the typical consumer and can't help but click that new Apple iPhone and cannot stop yourself from going to Amazon, well, that, my friends, would be a problem. This means you need to discipline yourself about money, and credit cards are not bad as long as you know how to control your spending and you can pay in full every billing cycle. It's convenient, and I get it. Just make sure you use it for what it should be used for and not to get into debt. Number 5, have a high credit score. An excellent credit score greatly matters if you live in the United States. It is the basis for many things. For instance, getting a mortgage, getting a car loan. Your credit score will affect how much interest you will be paying, and it may also affect what kind of apartment you'll be approved for, the rates on insurance or credit cards, and in some cases, sometimes even when you're applying for a new job, like certain government jobs. Having a good credit score tells you how you've been dealing with debt and how reliable you are. So if you have excellent credit score, lenders are more likely to offer you lesser interest rates. For your reference, you should aim to have at least a credit score of 740 and above. For instance, if you want a 36-month car loan to purchase a new car in, let's say, North Carolina, you have to have a credit score of 750 or higher, and your interest rate would be just over 5%. And you could also be qualified for different financing incentives and loan deals that could save you thousands of dollars in the long run. But if you have, let's say, 620 to 659 in your credit score, the interest rate would be a whopping 10.8%. And if you have poor credit, let's say 550 or lower, you won't even qualify for an auto loan. So if you want a $36,000 auto loan and your credit's 750 or higher, you'll end up paying a total interest amount of $2,800. On the other hand, let's say your credit score is 720 to 759. Your total interest paying that same car off, $6,329. The better your credit score, the better it is. You could save $3,400 by having better credit and applying that to travel or investments. So if you're 30 or younger, you should aim to get your credit score to 740 and above. It's costing you money. Number 6 is pay off your student loans. According to a survey, 3.49 million millennials have debt ranging from $20,000 to $40,000. If you're one of them and graduated in your early 20s, you should pay them off before you reach 30. Remember, the longer you hold on to the debt, the more dollars you lose. Let's say you have a student loan of $28,400 at 4.66%. If you can pay that within 10 years, your total lifetime cost would be around $35,000. However, if you paid it off in 15 years, it would cost you $39,526, which is $3,943 more. So it is very crucial that you pay them off as soon as possible so that you can still use those extra dollars for yourself. To pay it off as soon as possible, practice financial discipline, increase your income stream, or apply for a student loan forgiveness program if you qualify. Whatever means it is, you should make it a priority that before you reach 30, unless of course you are in a specialized field and it's going to take you more than 4 years to complete. Number 7, you should have established your retirement account. If you plan to retire at 59, it goes without saying that by the time you reach 30, you should have already established your retirement plan. Either it is an employer match like a 401k or any other type of retirement plan like a Roth IRA. This is because the earlier you start contributing, the more you earn due to compounding interest associated with these type of accounts. For instance, if you started contributing to a Roth IRA at 20, let's say you're contributing $5,500 annually. By the time you reach 59, your total balance will be $1,092,493 at a 7% rate of return. However, if you started contributing at 30, by the time you're 59, your IRA balance would be only $514,000. That's more than 50% less in the span of 10 years. So the earlier you start, the better your gains will be. I started an IRA at 14 just because I got lucky with someone telling me about that. I contributed to it until I was about 20 and then stopped. But what if I continue? Number 8 is getting into good physical and mental shape. I know, I can imagine your face asking, what the heck is this guy talking about? You might think that physical and mental fitness has nothing to do with finances. But that's where you're wrong. It has everything to do with your finances. Just think, if you are sick, you can't be productive. If you lose your job or fail in business, it will just be a matter of time until your savings dry up due to your medical bills. And if you're an investor, you need to stay mentally fit to read the market and execute the right judgments. If you're in your 20s and very abusive about your health and your habits are not healthy, thinking that you are still young and you have time on your hands and still have all the energy to waste, it will come back to bite you in the you-know-what, because you can reach 30 real quickly. And it's just part of life and growing older. So you have to establish those habits now. But you can slow down all of this by exercising regularly and eating the right foods. You don't need to do anything drastic, just a 20-minute jog or walk, and as long as you do it consistently and eating more whole foods and less junk and fast foods, it will contribute to greater mental health and physical health in the long run. Just 5 to 10 minutes of meditation and some restful sleep will get you on the right track. So read more, spend a little bit more time with yourself. On a side note, you can help your brain stay sharp as well. Listen to educational things by listening to educational podcasts or watch valuable YouTube content. You can even try reading Twitter. Twitter's not just for celebrity gossip, but while you're walking, there's some useful information you can get, like what all those multimillionaires are currently investing in, financial tips and success and inspirational stories, and many more. Speaking of which, you can try to visit my official Twitter account, The Millionaire Mindset at Munif Ali Mindset. I've posted some healthy money habits and tips for personal development and accelerating your personal and financial success. Let's wrap up today's today's video. I'd like to know how many of the financial goals I've mentioned you've already achieved, or if you're still working on them. Please let me know in the comment section down below. Reaching the age of 30 is not just a significant milestone in your life, but it's also a significant milestone in your financial journey. You're a real adult now, and the financial goals that I mentioned in this video are the ones I would have told my younger self. They might work for you, but might be challenging for others. But think of them as advice coming from someone who was able to pass that financial milestone successfully. But at the end of the day, the only person who could lift you from your current financial status is none other than yourself. That's all for today's video. And as always, thank you for watching. And if you found this content valuable, please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you are in your 30s and want to know how to reach your retirement goals, check out this video next, ways to reach your retirement goals during your 30s.